Let me tell you something I didn't expect to learn from mowing the lawn. A few seasons ago I had just cut my overgrown backyard and was too lazy to bag the clippings. I left them lying there, not thinking much of it. 2 weeks later I noticed something unusual. The soil beneath those clippings was dark, spongy and teeming with worms, something I hadn't seen in months. That was my first real lesson in what a mulching mower can do. We all know humus-rich soil is the holy grail of gardening. It holds water, feeds plants, and supports a thriving underground ecosystem. But most of us think it takes loads of compost turning or hauling in amendments. What if I told you that the humble mulching mower, the kind many of us already own, could speed up this process with almost zero effort? Have you ever left your grass clippings on the lawn and noticed a difference? Did your soil respond in a good or bad way? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Your experiences might help someone else try this with confidence. In this guide, I'll walk you through how a simple mulching mower turns garden waste into fast, free fertilizer and builds humus without needing a compost bin or shovel. Whether you're managing a raised bed, a backyard patch, or even a no-dig orchard, this method could quietly revolutionize the way you feed your soil. A mulching mower is a lawn mower designed to finely chop up grass clippings and redistribute them back onto the ground as you mow. Unlike traditional mowers that collect clippings in a bag, a mulching mower recycles everything back into the system. What's magical is what happens next. Those finely shredded clippings begin to decompose almost immediately. Because they're so small, they break down faster than whole leaves or even large pieces of compost. Within days, microbes go to work, breaking the organic matter into simpler forms that your plants can absorb. And if your soil is already alive with microbial life, this process gets turbocharged. The secret? You're feeding the soil little and often, just like nature intended. I began experimenting with the mulching mower beyond the lawn. During fall I raked up shredded leaves and ran over them with the mower before scattering them across the garden beds. In spring I let early grass clippings fall directly around my vegetables. No raking, no hauling, just mow, mulch and leave it. After about 3 weeks of doing this consistently, I started to notice some clear changes in the soil. The surface actually stayed moist a lot longer between waterings. When I dug down, I could find not just worms, but also their castings, those little nuggets of fertility. And even better, my lettuce patch was just greener and fuller than ever, without adding any extra fertilizer. So, here's why this works. Grass clippings are high in nitrogen, which is an essential macronutrient for plant growth. When they're finely chopped, they decompose really fast and release that nitrogen right into the top layer of soil. Now, when you combine them with carbon-rich materials like shredded dry leaves, the balance between nitrogen and carbon creates this perfect environment for microbial decomposition. These microbes go to work breaking down the plant matter, turning it into humus, that stable, sponge-like form of organic matter that holds on to nutrients and moisture. At the same time, this surface mulch layer protects the soil from sun exposure, which helps reduce evaporation and temperature swings, both of which can actually kill those beneficial microbes. So, it's composting without the pile, and fertilizing without the bag. All you're really doing here is mowing smartly and just letting nature do what it's built to do. The mulching mower method isn't just for lawns, you know. I've used it to maintain walkways between raised beds, nourish under trees, and even cover no-dig vegetable plots. By mowing a mixture of grass, clover, and even weeds, before they seed of course, I create a rich mulch layer that I can transport directly to wherever I need it. On a no-dig bed, I simply spread a thin layer of the clippings over the soil, sometimes topping it off with shredded leaf mulch or compost. Within a week or two, the surface layer darkens, and the smell of the soil becomes earthy and alive. Plants in these areas root faster, grow sturdier, and honestly need less watering. If you're a fan of cover cropping, you can even mow the cover crop with your mulching mower and drop it right in place as a green manure layer. It's fast, effective, and saves back-breaking work. One of the clearest signs that this method works? Earthworms. After I switched to mulching my clippings and leaving them on the soil, worm activity exploded. The fine organic matter pulls them to the surface where they mix the mulch into the topsoil, leaving behind their nutrient-rich castings. If you're trying to revive poor or sandy soil, increasing worm activity like this is honestly the quickest path to improvement. It adds biology, builds structure, and increases the soil's capacity to hold moisture. And the best part? You're doing almost nothing to make it happen. Sometimes the best soil building tools aren't those fancy compost tumblers or imported amendments, they're just the simple machines you already have. A mulching mower turns every mow into a miniature composting session. It turns clippings and leaves into a biological feast, and it can, transform tired soil into humus-rich, moisture-holding, worm-filled garden gold. If you've got one, dust it off and give it a try not just on the lawn, but in your garden beds too. If not, maybe consider picking up a used one. Your soil and your back will thank you. Let me know how this works out for you in the comments. Have you tried mulching your clippings before? Did you notice a change in soil health? If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share it with your fellow gardeners. And remember, Soil Doctor is here to help you decode the dirt beneath your feet, one lazy trick at a time.